He is much more impressive than the Hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So the Sonic franchise is never been a very popular and beloved franchise. So it shouldn't be a surprise that Sonic and all of his friends would return for a third movie that features the fan favorite character Shadow. And I want to say that I'm a massive Sonic fan, where I have definitely played the games and even bought some plushes. So I have unsurprisingly saw the movies, where I thought that the first movie was okay, the second one was a decent improvement that had a lot more references to the games, and I will also count the Knuckles show and it first may start good. But however, because the show focuses way too much on these people than the title character Knuckles, it causes the show to be mid. So as for my expectations for this movie, I gotta say that I am very excited for this vehicle, especially since it will feature Shadow and will take itself in even more seriously than the first two movies. So now that Sonic and all of his friends are back for a third movie to fight Shadow, will I love this movie the same way that the fans love Shadow? Or is this movie way too slow? Well, let's find out. Not a spoilers for anyone who is in this movie. So now let's talk about the story. And when it comes to the story, it's exactly what you expect from the third Sonic movie. So the story is about Sonic and Knuckles must reunite on a mission to stop this powerful adversary called Shadow, who, because he's been trapped there for 50 years, it causes him to be a lot more powerful than the other three, up to the point where he can be really dangerous. So it's up to Sonic and Knuckles to stop Shadow from ruining the world. So I want to say that the problem with the story is that the writing can sometimes be predictable, and not to mention that the pacing can feel a little messy, despite can feel sometimes as both too fast and too slow. And all. But however, does that make the writing terrible? Well, actually no. Despite in fact, I gotta say that the story is kind of okay. And even if the movie has a bunch of jokes, well, there were some that feel like exactly what you expect from a Sonic movie, there were sometimes that can give me a chuckle, even if there were a bunch of pop culture references.
He does look like a Pokemon. Pika Pika.
So with the problems of the story, you think that it would ruin the movie. So far, so on, but unsurprisingly not really. And while the story isn't the best, it's still okay and could have been much worse. So now let's talk about the visuals. And when it comes to the visuals, I gotta say that they look quite incredible, up to the point that they could possibly be one of the best parts of this movie. And now let's start with the character designs of the characters. They have a lot more faithful to how they looked in the previous movies, and even how they looked in the video game. Games can look better than ugly Sonic. And even possibly Shadow looks even better than the other three. And also the places they go to, Tokyo, the Chow Garden and London, do look quite awesome to watch. And also the special effects look quite impressive for this $122 million budget. And it can sometimes even look beautiful. And I like how in the end credits they look like Color Poly video game. game, and also is the biggest highlight of the visuals is the action scenes, where they look actually quite intense. And not to mention that the climax stays really faithful to Sonic Adventure 2 and can be really fun to watch.
Can we just talk about this?
So are there any problems about the visuals? Absolutely not. And it's very much visuals in one of the best looking things about this movie. So now let's talk about the characters. And when it comes to the characters, they are actually quite decent. While I wouldn't say that all of them are lovable, they are still likable to keep them away from being hateable. So now let's start with Sonic, who's the wisecracking main character just like the first two films. But however, in this movie she's a lot more serious. There is the very smart Fox who helps Sonic. Knuckles is the hard-headed good guy who just wants to wreck things. And there is also Tom, who celebrated Sonic's happy birthday, pun intended. And he also helps Sonic on a super mission. And he almost dies in this movie, which makes him a lot more dramatic. There is also Mary, who's the wife of Tom, that also helps Sonic. And there is also Shadow, who is possibly the best character in this movie, where he's been trapped for 50 years because the people thought that he was too dangerous. And not to mention that his friend Maria's like Sonic Adventure 2 and Hedgehog the Hedgehog game got killed. So which makes his actions both questionable and even understandable. And he's also got the best voice acting by Keanu Reeves that makes his performance really great.
The more you talk, the harder I want to hit you.
And as for the other characters, there is also the gun guy. There is also Dr. Robotnik, voiced by Jim Carrey, who at first makes him like the comedic villain from the first two movies. But however, in this one, in the ending, he actually helps Tails and Knuckles to save Sonic and Shadow, which actually makes his death a lot more bittersweet. And there is also Angel Stone, who shared the Dr. Robotnik and showed more with his grandpa than him. And also there is Dr. Robotnik's grandpa, Gerald Robotnik, who somehow possibly more evil than Dr. Eggman, and just like Dr. Robotnik, he also dies.
It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't it?
Are you? In the saggy flesh.
And also here's a spoiler warning, but just like the first two movies, this movie also has a post-credit scenes that features Metal Sonic and even Amy Rose, which makes me think that the fourth movie would be an adaptation of Sonic City, or maybe it will not change that game traumatize a bunch of North American viewers. So now as for the characters, I wouldn't say that they are perfect. They are actually quite decent and even make you care for them. So after 2 years and Sonic's previous movie back in 2022, Sonic and his friends are finally back to the big screen. And while I wouldn't say that it's great, it's definitely worth the wait. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a really good and fun movie that is better than the first two, and this is even one of the most fun movies I have seen in 2024. So while it has some problems like the writing can be mixed and also the pacing can feel a little bit messy, it has also some really good positives like the amazing animation, decent characters, good voice acting, a solid soundtrack, humor that can be funny, and also a bunch of references to other Sonic games that can be very fun for fans. So this is an absolute must-watch for die-hard Sonic fans. But even I think that the non-Sonic fans could enjoy this movie too. And that's why I'm saying that this movie was really good and gets an 8 out of 10. So while I wouldn't call this the best movie of the year because it's weird, but however because it's really good, it even makes me excited for the fourth movie.